the last video we saw how the timeline works in detail, while in this video we're going to learn how to create reusable element in Anima. Okay, these reusable elements are called templates, and we find them in the library templates we find here. Okay, as you can see, this tab on the right of the library backgrounds is where I found mine. Left click, and here we have the 8 templates that come within Anima. As you can see, this template, each icon represents a different one, and templates can be made of just one element or several elements at the same time. Okay, let's see how they work. First of all, let's work with this table here. Alt-E to center the selection in the viewport. Okay, and let's talk about this. We want to reuse this table here. We don't want just to reuse this table. We want to use this table with these options. Okay, some of you could think, well, we already can do this. We can copy and paste between scene in the same scene. Yes, but what about between projects? Let's say I close Anima and I reopen it after a month, something like this. How can we reuse it? Well, we could open this project, open this scene, copy, open the new project, and so on and so forth. Well, it's something a bit slow, okay? So let's see how we can do this a bit faster. So the first thing we have to do is to select the element, in this case, this table element, and go to the library templates, where there is at the top right this plus button. Okay, this plus button is exactly what we need to add a new template. Okay, so left click on it and this pop-up will appear. Now, Anima here is asking us two things. First of all is the icon we want to use to be shown in the library templates, and then the name. Now, as you can see here, we have all the icons used in Anima, and in our case, this would be the best icon. But we also have this plus button here, and I will use it to import a custom image. So left click on it. Let's go to where I saved this image. Here it is. JPEG, PNG, and TGA are the image formats supported. Okay, so left click on open, and then we have it. Okay. How I created this? Very simple. I just captured the screen, okay, and then crop it and then save it. Very, very simple. And then the name, which will be table for seats. This case, a name that tells me what this template is about. Okay, we could have a table of 6 seats, and so on and so forth. So left click on save, and there we have it. Okay, as you can see here in the library template. Now, two different things have happened. First thing is this icon here. This icon here, this little ribbon, okay, you probably saw it in previous videos. This, when this icon shows, means that the asset is created by the user, is a custom asset, and in this case is a custom template. Okay. And then the second thing that happened is the preview image. We didn't import anything about preview image, how it has been generated. Now, if we look at it, you see it's exactly the same what we have in the viewport. Okay, so what does Anima is capturing the viewport when we create a new template. So for this reason, I've centered the object and have it in the center of my viewport. Okay, this is a bit important. Okay, so how can we use this new template? Well, let's go to a table where there are no characters. Okay, so something like this. Okay, and then we left click and drag, exactly as we've done previously in other videos. Left click and drag and release it here. Then we can place it, as you can see, and we almost already know this because this is exactly the same thing when we copy. Okay, so we left click to confirm, and now we have exactly the same element as we have here. The point is here that we can have this element in the library templates for every project we want, okay? So this is very important. For example, here I have some problem with this seat, so I will just place it here, move it up, okay, and then fix the problem. And then what we could do is we can keep this exactly the same, or we select it, right-click, randomize variations, we change a bit of the colors, or we could even click on generate. Even if the characters changes, we are using exactly the same options. Okay, so this is very, very nice. That's it. So we hit escape to deselect, and let's talk about how can we create a template from several simulation elements. Well, it's very simple. Exactly the same way, I'm going to do this with this socializing area and this avoiding area. Okay, so we'll select both with the shift key pressed, so multiple selection. And with this, I'm going to leave it like here. I'm choosing my point of view, knowing that this viewport image here will be used as preview image. So with this selected, remember we always need an active selection when creating a template. Okay, so we left click on this plus button here in the library template. Okay, and now I will choose, yes, in this case, an icon we already have. So for example, this one. Okay, and I will call this social area avoid. Okay, you can use the name you want. Okay, I click on save, and that's it. Now we don't have any image here, just this icon, but if I wait a bit, then the preview window appears, and as you can see, it's exactly the same as in the viewport. Okay, so this is just a bit of a tip for creating templates. Now, let's say that we want to create another socializing area with this. So use this template here, left click and drag in this area here. So left click, and that's it. Now, we could use exactly the same as it is, but we want to make some changes. Okay, so how can we do this? Well, let's say that if we go to the properties panel, we don't see any property we can change except for the transform section. Okay, so let's deselect it and select it again, and again we can't do anything. So why is that? Well, when we create a template, the template what does is creating those elements or element, it depends, defined into the template inside the scene, not as a template but as those elements. But let's see in the project panel, and on the right, let's collapse this, what actually has been created. Here we have the social area void, which is the name we gave to the template, but it is a group, not a template. It's a group. Okay, so in this case we already know that we cannot change anything in the group unless we select the elements inside the group, or we right click on the group and we click on ungroup. I don't want to ungroup it. Okay, at the moment I don't want. For example, we could choose to randomize variations. Okay, so something we could do this, but what we can do is just to use the project panel to expand the group, select the square area, and for example generate again the characters. Okay, so we have different characters here, same configuration but different characters, or even changing the focus mode, for example, to random, and then as you can see is different. Okay, of course we could perfectly ungroup this, right click on the group and click on group, and then you reuse these elements as we prefer. Okay, so another way of using templates. Another way of using templates is exactly, first of all, we can use templates that come directly with Anima to know how things can be done. Okay, so for example, I will create this template here. Okay, I will click and drag, and it tells me, careful, you're using Animalite, so there are some limitations since the configuration set for this template is using more than 5 rigged models. Okay, we already know this, so left click on OK, and as you can see, dummy characters appear. So left click to confirm, and in this case, what we can do is to use a template exactly as it is, or to use only some of the elements that are placed inside the template. Okay, this is a new group called crossing, which is the same name the template has, as you can see here, crossing at the bottom right. Okay, and here in crossing there are several paths, several traffic lights already set. Okay, so we could just use these traffic lights exactly as they are set. We just can change their positions and adjusting to according to our background model. Okay, so as you can see, the possibility to create templates is very useful, a very powerful tool. Now, what happens if we want to delete a template from the library templates? Simple. Right click on it and click on delete. Very simple. Okay, so with this video we stop here. I see you in the next ones.